Hi, thanks so much for joining me on the Listen Up Girl podcast. I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman. Today is Sunday, August the 31st. I'm going to bring you all of the LGBTQ plus news. My first story starts in Florida, where Florida's Department of Transportation, under the Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, has ordered communities to remove rainbow-colored crosswalks and other street art by early next month, or they're going to risk losing millions of dollars in funding. These colorful crosswalks and murals have been symbols of solidarity with marginalized groups, most notably LGBTQ groups and Black communities. But the removals don't just target these displays. Back the Blue Memorial outside the Tampa Police Headquarters is also on the chopping block, as are bike lanes painted by elementary school students in Orlando who had won an art contest. The move has angered residents and activists, who another attack on LGBTQ visibility by DeSantis and the Republican-controlled legislature. In St. Petersburg, Mayor Kenneth Welch and other officials explored every possible option to keep the murals but found no legal path forward. He promised new banners and flags would replace them. Symbols, his words, cannot be erased. Next, there is a federal push to strip gender ideology from teen health programs. These letters demand the removal of what it calls all references to gender ideology, federally funded sex education program. The targeted initiative is PrEP, or the Personal Responsibility Education Program, created in 2010 to help teens avoid pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. PrEP has been especially vital for the youth in the foster care, rural communities, and minority groups. But the new letters say that states must cut definitions of gender identity, remove references to pronouns, and delete guidance about inclusion. Advocates warn this could strip away critical protections and recognition for LGBTQ youth. This is an attempt to erase our young people from classrooms where they deserve to be seen and respected, noting that one program was designed to be inclusive in the first place. Next, judge upholds sorority's right to welcome transgender sister. A federal judge has ruled that a sorority acted within its rights when it admitted a transgender woman to its sisterhood. Several members have sued, arguing that women should not be included as transgender. Judge Alan B. Johnson, a Reagan appointee, dismissed most of the claims, writing that the court cannot interfere with a sorority's contract valid interpretation of its own bylaws. The decision is being hailed as a significant win for trans inclusion Greek life, which has often been slow to embrace change. Supporters say it reinforces the principle that private organizations should be free to interpret their membership rules in ways that reflect understandings of gender. Opponents, meanwhile, argue that the ruling undermines traditional definitions of womanhood. Next, we have this crazy Cracker Barrel story. They changed the logo, they changed it back, they removed shit. So here it goes. Cracker Barrel removes LGBTQ plus pride page after a conservative backlash. Cracker Barrel, the restaurant chain known for its Southern country aesthetic, has quietly removed its pride webpage after facing backlash from conservatives over its proposed rebrand. The deleted page highlighted the company's LGBTQ plus alliance and diversity initiatives, but now redirects visitors to a more generic culture and belonging section. The move came as Cracker Barrel abandoned a planned $700 million rebrand that would have dropped the iconic barrel and man logo in favor of a sleeker design. Reporting from The Advocate suggests timing is no coincidence. Critics see this company as bowing to the pressure from the conservative customers, walking back its already modest commitments to inclusivity. For LGBTQ plus employees and diners, it's another example of corporate promises being easily abandoned when challenged. And it is called Cracker Barrel for a reason, because there's a bunch of old white bitches that go there to eat. Next, Jinkx Monsoon wants to play Mystique in Marvel's X-Men. Two-time RuPaul race drag winner Jinkx Monsoon has her eyes set on Hollywood. In a recent interview on the Good One podcast, Jinkx revealed she wants to play Mystique in Marvel's upcoming X-Men reboot. She's my favorite Marvel character of all time, Jinkx explained, noting how Mystique's fluid identity and shape-shifting powers resonate deeply with the trans audiences. I think it would be a really cool idea to have a trans woman be Mystique. I related to her so much, and I know a lot of trans people do. While Rebecca Romijn is slated to reprise Mystique in Avengers Doomsday 2026, Marvel expected to recast the role for the reboot. Jinkx admitted she's even texted her agent to start dropping names. Fans online are already rallying behind the idea, with some saying Jinkx could bring a groundbreaking dimension to the character. The next story is very depressing and sad. Gloria Gaynor's Republican donation raises eyebrows. For decades, Gloria Gaynor's Will Survive has been an anthem for LGBTQ plus resilience and empowerment. But news reporting from the Midas Touch reveals that the disco legend has donated $22,000 to Republican politicians and PACs. The revelations come shortly after announced as a 2025 Kennedy Center honoree, a move made under the watch of Donald Trump, who recently placed most of this board with loyalists and appointed himself as chairman. While he has often said she is not a political person, her donations included contributions to GOP fundraising platform supporting candidates who align with Trump's agenda. LGBTQ plus fans expressed disappointment, saying the donations clash with the legacy of the song that has long symbolized survival in the face of adversity. Next story is, I don't know why I have seen this story so many times and why it's such a big deal, but here it goes. Cookie Crumbl's co-founder comes out as gay. Hemsley, the co-founder of Crumbl Cookies, came out publicly as gay on Instagram on August 25th. His post addressed months of speculation about his personal life, with Hemsley writing, "Instead of letting others write my story, I want to share it in my own words." Hemsley, who was raised in a Mormon household, admitted the journey towards self-acceptance had been a long and difficult. He described it as overwhelming and at times scary, but said it finally felt right to speak openly. His message was met with overwhelming support from fans, many of who praised him for his honesty and vulnerability. In closing, Hemsley said he hoped kindness, empathy, and love would guide how people responded. Again, he came out, which is great, but why is it in every other story on my social media feeds? And now I've reported on it, so I'm making even a bigger deal. Next, Texas House passes sweeping trans bathroom ban. Texas lawmakers have advanced one of the most restrictive anti-trans bills in the nation. Senate Bill 8, often called the Texas Women's Privacy Act, bans transgender people from using the bathrooms that match their gender identity. The Texas House approved the bill after years of failed attempts, sending it back to the state Senate. Governor Greg Abbott is widely expected to sign it into law. Civil rights groups condemned the measure. Texas has launched another cruel and unconstitutional attack against its relentless efforts to erase a very small and vulnerable population, said Shelley Skeen of Lambda Legal. Advocates warn the bill will increase harassment and violence against trans people in Texas and public spaces. My last story is Celeste Yim exits Saturday Night Live after 5 years. The comedy writer Celeste Yim was announced their departure from Saturday Night Live. Hired in 2020, Yim rose through the ranks to become a writing supervisor in 2023, bringing fresh queer perspective to the show. Their exit comes amid broader shakeups, with creator Lorne Michaels confirming that new cast and writing changes will be unveiled before the show's 51st season. Yim shared the news via Instagram, reflecting on their 5 years as an unforgettable chapter. Fans and colleagues praised them for groundbreaking as one of the most non-binary voices in mainstream sketch comedy. So that is my news for Sunday, August 31st. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks so much for listening. Have a great weekend.